All right, so today we're gonna read How Full is Your Bucket? It's written by Tom Rath and Mary Reckmeyer and illustrated by, I don't know, her name is covered, Marie J. Manning. Felix was putting one of the last blocks on his tower when his little sister came in. "I want to build with you," she said. Felix scowled. "Go away, you're too little." "Stay back, you'll knock it over." "But I'm big. I can be very careful. Go play with your baby toys, Anna." She was not having good thoughts about Felix. Thwack! So she got really angry and she went and knocked over his tower on purpose. "Grandpa!" Grandpa shook his head. "Felix, you just dipped from your sister's bucket. Like everyone else, Anna has an invisible bucket. When it's empty, she feels bad. But when it's full, she feels great. Didn't you ever notice your own bucket?" Invisible bucket? Sometimes Felix couldn't quite tell when his grandfather was joking. But the next morning, when Felix woke up, there was a small gray bucket floating above his head. When Felix came down to have breakfast, his mom was in a hurry. "I've got a meeting this morning and it's almost time to go." "Anna, sit still." We've all had those mornings, huh? Felix slipped and cocoa wheat scattered across the floor. "Felix," yelled his mom, "you should have used the stool to reach that." Felix could feel his bucket tip and big invisible drips spill out. Drip, drip. "Ha ha!" Anna laughed as she crunched the cereal with her shoe. Drip. "Get the broom and clean that up before you miss the bus," scolded Mom. With the school bus honking, Felix quickly swept up the cocoa wheats and grabbed the last blueberry muffin, but before he could even take one bite, Buster jumped up and grabbed the muffin from his hand. Drip. "Hey, look at Felix's new backpack. My baby brother has one just like it." Drip. Psst, 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 psst. "Felix, psst, 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 psst." Drip. Someone was whispering about him. "Watch out, shrimp." Drip. It was still morning and Felix's bucket felt almost empty. Does he look happy? No. As he watched his classmates walk into the room, he secretly hoped they would trip and fall. That's what it feels like when you have an empty bucket. Felix slumped into his seat and waited for something else bad to happen. Mrs. Bumblenickel walked slowly up to his desk and handed him a paper. He could hardly bear to look. "Felix, you wrote a wonderful story. Would you please share it with the class?" Felix grinned and felt a big drop land right in his bucket. Drop. Drop, plop, plink, drop. The Gigantosaurus Who Wanted a Pet, by me, Felix. The class grew quiet. They laughed at all the right places and oohed at the scary parts. When Felix finally read the end, everyone clapped. Even Emily, who sat next to him and didn't usually like dinosaurs. Felix felt a whole shower of drops land in his bucket. maybe the day wouldn't be so bad after all. Team captains today are Veronica and Felix. So he got a nice note from his mom, which filled his bucket. He chose his team captain, which filled his bucket. Nice cow. It's a dog. Well, nice colors there, Felix. Drop, drop. Cool laser ant backpack, Felix. Drop. By afternoon, Felix's bucket was nearly full. At recess, when he looked around, Felix suddenly realized that his grandpa was right. Everyone else had a bucket too. Let me help you. Drop, drop. Here's your baseball. Catch. Thanks, dude. Drop, drop. Hi, I'm Felix. Is it your first day? Yes, I'm Amir. Drop, drop. The strange thing was that for every drop he helped put in someone else's bucket, he felt another drop in his own bucket. When Felix burst in the door after school, he shouted, "You were right, Grandpa. I do have a bucket, and I understand how it works." Then he saw Anna's torn doll. "Bad dog," he almost scolded. But then he thought, dogs might have invisible buckets too. "Your doll will be okay, Anna," said Felix. "Mom will fix her." Woo! Until then, do you want to help me build the tallest building in the world with my blocks? And so they did, and their buckets filled and filled. So it's important to remember that everyone has a bucket. And if things go bad and people call them names and they get yelled at and just bad things happen, drips fall out of their bucket. But when good things happen or you do good things for other people and you make good choices, your bucket fills. And you feel happy when you have a full bucket. You feel sad and angry when you have an empty bucket. So it's good to do nice things for others. It's good to make good choices. And it's nice when good things happen to you. They're not always going to happen to you. But let's say your friend got chosen as team captain. They're going to get a drop in their bucket. And you look at your friend and say, "Congratulations, that's awesome. You're going to make a great team captain." Guess who's getting a drop in their bucket? Whereas if you looked at him and said, "I'd be a better team captain than you," drip, you'd lose a drop. And so would your friend. It's better to add to buckets than to take away from them. Okay, see you at math.